Today we will discuss all 1000 interview questions, real-time interview questions based on this Java, Spring Boot, Microservices, Hibernate, Git, and AWS Cloud and all. So and also will be considered UI also based on Angular, Reacts and all. So we collected of 1000 interview questions which will be asked by the interviewer in all the interview based on the Java, Spring Boot as a full stack, backend, UI, which will be considered database also. So the first question is based on the Java basic. So in the Java basic, they will ask what is the difference between JDK and JRE, why we are using this JDK and JRE. And the next question they will discuss or ask Java virtual machine. What is JVM? Can you explain about internal of JVM? And then some of the memory related also they will ask questions. What are the different type of memory area allocated in JVM? So how we will calculate the memory and which one is temporary and which one will be collect by the garbage collectors and all. So that will be considered. And then if they will ask this JVM, JRE, JDK architectures and all, in that cases they may be asked next question related for Java JIT compiler. What is JIT? JIT compiler. And also they will ask what is Java. Java platform is different from others. So why Java is famous? Why it is different from others platform? So can you explain? So these all are related for Java basic, so that most of the interviewer will ask as a fresher. Suppose if you are going for the interview as a freshers, then this type of questions they will ask, just the basics to check your concept. And why people says Java write once run anywhere? So they will check what is Java, why we are doing write once or any write once and run anywhere and all. So what is a class loader? So when to use a class loader? How many type of class loaders are available in Java? So these things they will ask. And do you think the main used of main method? So what is the use of main method? When to use main method? Why we are using public static void main in the main? System dot argument, what is there? String args, what is that? Can you write a main method as a public void static instead of public static void name void? So instead of that public static void we can change as a method name as public void static. So they will check the concept, have you done proper concepts or not based on the core Java and all. So in Java, if we do not specify any of the local variable, then how will be default value for the local variable will be initialized. So suppose if you are not defining any local variable value, so how default value will be considered in Java? So these things related for the core Java basic interview questions. So we collected till 1000 questions of all those details. So this now is in Java, if we don't specify any value for a local variable, then what will be the default value for the local? We discussed till now. Now we will go for the next questions. Let's say we run this Java without passing any argument. What will be the value of a string array of argument in main method? So in main method we are writing public static void main string argument. So suppose if you are passing any without any passing any argument, then what will be the value of a string array of an argument? So that things they will ask. And then the next question is what is the difference between byte and characters data in Java? So these whatever top 12 interview questions which is collected by the core Java basic. So if anyone is looking for fresher interview questions based on the core Java basics, so this will be their top 12. After that, now we will discuss about this OOPS concept. So that is also part of core Java, but this is related for object oriented programming questions. That was a basic what we discussed before. Now we are going for the OOPS oriented knowledge or interview questions. So, what is the main principle of object-oriented programming? What is object-oriented programming? What is OOPS? So, this is the first question they will ask in the OOPS. And the second question, what is the difference between object-oriented programming and object-based programming? So, .NET and all will be, I think, object-based. Java is object-oriented and all. So, they will ask. And in Java, what is the default value of object reference defined as an instance variable in an object? And the next question, why do we need a constructor in Java? What is constructor? Why do we need a default constructor in Java class? What is the value of return by constructor in Java? Can we inherit the constructor? How can we inherit? Why constructor is not final, static or abstract in Java? So these things they will ask as a basic of OOPS. Now we will consider inheritance. So what is the purpose of this keyword in Java? Can you explain this keyword in Java? What is the concept of inheritance? Which class is a super class of every object? Every other class. Why Java does not support multiple inheritance? In OOPS, what do you mean by composition? We have a composition and aggregation. So how aggregation and composition are different from each others? So what is the difference in that? So these things they will ask. And then why we are not using pointer in Java? Because of security violations we are not using. If there is no pointer in Java, then why we got a null pointer exception? So that type of questions they will ask, so that they will check your concept. Have you clear all the concept related for this or not? And then what is the purpose of super keyword? When to use super keyword? Is it possible to use this or super with the same constructor? No, it's not possible. Why? Because of reason you have to check. And what is the meaning of object cloning in Java? We have object cloning concept in Java. What is the meaning of that? So these all are the top 20 questions which we covered related for object oriented programming and inheritance related things. Now we are collecting, we collected some interview questions related for static. So in static also we have some of the interviewer will ask related for statics, keyword related concepts or method, static method, static variable, and all, static class and all. So in the Java, why do we use static variable? What is a static variable? Why it is not a good practice to create a static variable in Java? What is the purpose of a static method in Java? Why do we mark main method as a static in Java? So we are using in main method as a static. So why always is mark a static? So these things they will ask. In what scenarios do you use a static block? So we have a static block, a static variable, a static method, static instance. Is it possible to execute program without defining a main method? What happen when a static modifier is not mentioned in the signature of main method? What is the difference between a static method and instant method in Java? So these all related for static they ask. So mostly we covered all the concepts in Java basic as well as OOPS and then some of the real scenarios also. So the next question is overloading, overriding. So this is also most popular interviewer course. They will consider this topic as a in ask some of the interview questions. So what is the other name of method loading? What is the difference between method overloading, method overriding? How do you implement method overloading in Java? What kind of argument variations is allowed in method overloading? So the next question is, what is why it is not to do method overloading by changing the return type of method in Java? Is it allowed to overload main method? If yes, then how? How do we implement this overloading in Java? Are we allowed to override a static method? Why Java does not allow overloading a static method? Is it allowed to override an overloaded method? No. What is the difference between method overloading and method overriding in Java? So does Java allow virtual functions? What is a virtual function and all? And then what do you mean by covariant return type in Java? So they will ask many of times of the different interview. What is a covariant? When to use? Have you used covariant features in Java and all? So these we consider as a top 51 interview questions related for the basic of Java. The next I will consider after that the polymorphism and others, which will be the next part, because we are planning to cover top 1000 interview questions, where if anyone will go for these interview questions, then any of the interview will crack based on the freshers and experience and all. If they ask theoreticals and concept wise questions, then easily you can crack. Mostly freshers and job seekers and new joiners and all will be crack easily this. They will prepare of top selected 1000 interview questions. Yeah, thank you. So we will consider from 51 onwards or 52 onwards questions from the next video. Thank you.